Друзья, полный бой Магомед Мустафаев против Риддела уже выложен в наш телеграм-канал. Из-за блокировок ютуба мы не можем его выложить здесь, поэтому видео боя уже в нашем телеграме, ссылка в описании.
This fight is 3 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 14 wins, 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 156 pounds. Fighting out of Dagestan, Russia, Magomed, the Sniper, Mustafayev. And now, introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a striker holding a professional record, 7 wins, 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 155 and 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of Auckland, New Zealand, by way of Christchurch, New Zealand, Bрэd Quake Riddel. God sharp. Is this the main event? I know, the energy's like the main event. We've only just opened it up. Even Bruce couldn't control himself. Wow, this is quite something. I took my headset off and had to put it back on because it's deafening. You ready? My headset's here, defenders for this one. Bрэd Riddel, Magomed Mustafayev. A local man, but for fight fans as well, this is a brilliant matchup of skills.
It really is, and 2 guys that have got the ability to finish this fight at any second as well. Both of them with a lot of intensity. I mean, intensity is the word for this fight for me. All the way through fight week, both of these guys, they're just so focused on this job at hand. And I mean, the fact that they're feeling each other out shows the respect that they have for each other.
Bрэd Riddel is a former world champion in kickboxing and K1. He's taken some very big names along his journey, then transitioned to mixed martial arts.
Oof. Powerful body kick from Mustafayev.
Mustafayev, on the other hand, wasn't someone, unlike a lot of his Russian counterparts, that had a great big curriculum vitae in various combat arts. He kind of came out of nowhere after competing on the Sochi scene, but I have to say, he's doing good things, but he gets rocked badly.
Riddel dropped him with a straight right. Now he's trying to land some short shots on the inside before Mustafayev's able to clear his head. Now Mustafayev scrambling for an ankle here. Trying to attack that leg.
Oh, he is. He's passed it to the other side. Looking to engage his forearm.
He's lost the knee line though. It looks like Bрэd Riddel's going to get out of this, but this scramble's going to get back to the feet. Now does Mustafayev force a grappling exchange. Now he's felt the power of Riddel.
Mustafayev never been knocked out in his career. Shaken off the stars. Now in on a single.
Strength, look at that strength. But Riddel refusing to accept being grounded, trying to get back to his feet.
Mustafayev's team weren't complimentary about Riddel's ground game. So they obviously see that as a route to victory, and certainly in parts, as Mustafayev thuds the knee in.
The work by Riddel here, fighting the hands right in front of the commentary booth. Back to his feet here, again.
Strength.
Riddel works his way back to the fence. Leans his weight into the fence. Mustafayev creeps a hook in on the far side.
Regained by Riddel.
Big knee to the thigh. Riddel taking a moment to look at his position.
What do you think here, Dan? I mean, a lot of fighters will try and scrape someone off of them, try and push their back against the fence. Riddel's kind of just staying in this position right now, but how else can he control matters?
Well, I mean, he's a bit caught in the cycle because Mustafayev's behind him with the body lock, so it seems every time Riddel's able to get back to his feet, he's turning himself into the fence, which is allowing Mustafayev to lift him and plant him onto his face again. I think what Riddel needs to do is break that grip as he's standing up and try and scrape him off on the fence so he's not facing out of the octagon. He needs to start trying to face the center.
UFC Fight Pass is a new home for our UFC Unfiltered video podcast. This week, Jim Norton, Matt Serra, joined by Henso Gracie, Jan Blachowicz, all big knee. Goes looking for another one. And just to finish, you can watch the video podcast on UFC Fight Pass.
For a moment there, Riddel thought about a Kimura trap, but then that makes it easier for him to be lifted. Mustafayev on a single leg here. Riddel on one knee up against the fence, feeling this grappling pressure. Now he's taking some shots, but he seems unfazed by it, nods to his corner team.
Riddel's been in combat sports for a very long time at the highest level. Seems like a very cool customer when talking to him. Had an absolutely stunning UFC debut against Jamie Malarkey, but he's under a lot of pressure now from Magomed Mustafayev. Mustafayev has never gone the distance. He has 100% finish rate. Very dangerous in this lightweight division.
Oh, good effort there, trying to get to the back. Mustafayev denied it with the underhook. There's another knee to the midsection. 45 seconds left in this first round. Difficult to score this one, given the fact that one big powerful shot from Brad Riddel has been balanced out by this grappling offensive for the majority of the round.
Yeah, not a lot's really come of the grappling. It's just been a lot of holding right now. So how will the judges score that? Nice explosion. 20 seconds left, and Riddel now turns the tables. He's in on the waistline. 10 seconds. Looks like we're going to see a second round, so we'll be back with the action after the break.
Beautiful.
Not that strong.
What's that? You're gonna try to clinch again, but just keep your feints. Keep your feints going, blocking in the middle. Just don't let him settle on the cage, yeah? You don't want to get all fast.
Use your hands to set up the cuts.
He's already exhausted by it.
So let's take a look at this big right hand that Brad Riddel threw. He set it up with a feint jab and then came right around the guard and cracked Mustafayev clean on the chin. Obviously the rest of the round was controlled by Mustafayev and his grappling, but now he knows the power that Brad Riddel possesses. I wonder if that changes his game plan at all going into the second.
Riddel in the black, Mustafayev.
Oh, there it is again.
Another big right hand from Riddel.
Same punch, he's winding it up again.
Former kickboxing world champion finding a home for his best weapon. Ooh, lurching forward was Mustafayev with that kick, but he took his own feet away. I asked Riddel about fighting Russian fighters, Dagestani fighters, and if he had any experience, and actually spent a lot of time out in Thailand. He's used to the looks that they give, which gave him a little bit more comfort coming into this one. And of course, Mustafayev fought Rafael Fiziev in his last fight, a brilliant performance, but it is someone that Brad Riddel knows very well, a good friend of his, so they were comparing notes.
So Riddel, the right hand that he threw in the first round, he doubled it up in the second round, and now he switched it to an uppercut, which caught Mustafayev through his guard as well. Mustafayev seems to be waiting a little bit here. I don't know whether he's looking for the perfect shot, but I think he's wrestling offensive against the fence in the first round. Should build his confidence.
And the interesting thing about that, Dan, is in his first UFC fights, he had landed 0 takedowns. He's already got 4 tonight.
Perhaps out of necessity more than anything, because this is really where he wants to be.
Oh,
Whistled past his head, that did.
very much been looking forward to seeing Brad Riddel coming back into the octagon, coached by Eugene Behrman, who was a kickboxer first before he transitioned to mixed martial arts. So the perfect coach, if you like, for a man that's coming from high-level kickboxing to transition to a mixed martial artist.
Painted the level change there to set up that striking combination. Oh, that was a powerful right hand from Mustafayev.
But he answered back well. Let's listen in to Riddell's corner and Eugene Behrman.
Faint Bрэd. Faint Bрэd. Yep.
There you go. Straight to the hip.
Get off.
Make space. Good.
Hey, watch it. Watch the shot. Set up your kicks.
Frank, watch your range. Good range. Good looks. Your fight, Bрэd. Your fight. Setting up the kicks down. Don't just throw them naked.
Well, the danger, obviously, with someone that may want this fight to be on the mat is that he's going to try and catch those kicks. Because what you see from Riddell is that he winds up with everything he got. So, I mean, he's a very accurate striker. But because he's not setting up the kick, Mustafayev is seeing the movement. He's seeing that powerful right leg coming towards his midsection. Oh, spinning back fist attempt there.
Yeah, now
there's the danger in not setting up the kick. You find your range close down quickly, and now he's into this grappling cycle again. 2 minutes to go, and Mustafayev is going to continue returning him to the mat every time he stands up, if he can.
Yeah, and that's something to look out for, that spinning. Dan Mustafayev, he can spin like a propeller, very, very quick, particularly with kicks. We saw that there with the punch. Just something to be mindful of as we get deeper into this fight. 1:30 left in this second round. And it's very, very close in this round. 15-12. As Mustafayev presses Riddell up against the fence. We can see that he's got his hands linked together in an S grip. But Riddell does a really good job of getting his body in the way to break that.
Oh, good hustle there. I mean, Riddell is trying everything he can to get off the fence, but he's not doing anything reckless. He's making good decisions here. Quite patient. Mustafayev on a single leg now.
Drops his weight nicely to complete. But as we're finding out with the judging, Dan, it's not just good enough to get there. You've got to start doing something after. You've got to try and create fight-ending sequences, do damage, things of that nature. Because right now, Riddell's just neutralising a lot of this effort from Mustafayev. Admittedly, it's stopping him coming back and doing the things that he's strong at.
Very true. And Mustafayev, he's landing some knees as well to the legs, to the midsection. Might not be finishing techniques, but could certainly soften the body up for something later on in the fight. Nice work there. Covering the hips, Riddell turns and gives his back. Back up against the fence. Caught in the same cycle again. 10 seconds to go. Got to break that grip here.
Riddell being buoyed on by the home crowd, deafening in here as we count down the seconds of the second round. We'll be back round number 3.
Set up your kicks as he wants to catch them, yeah? That's all you got down. You got to set them up. Good brother. He's picking him apart. He's breathing heavy.
This third round is brought to you by P3, the official protein snack of UFC. Magomed Mustafayev in your picture there. Final touch of gloves with Brad Riddell. City Kickboxing's Brad Riddell, who is a resident here in Auckland. Crowd very much behind him tonight. He's going to need to take their energy to try and get a win over this very, very dangerous Russian Dagestan fighter, Magomed Mustafayev.
The challenge for Riddell here is applying his striking game without getting caught up in the clinch again.
Ooh.